Frameline sponsors a free 12-week intergenerational workshop for beginning Bay Area youth and elder filmmakers who will write, script, cast, shoot, and edit a collaborative short film that will screen at the next film festival.
I think one of the really special things about the Filmmaker Workshop is, again, there's this intergenerational exchange of LGBT seniors and elders working with LGBT youth. It's a fantastic space for dialogue, for sharing of stories. I know some people in particular have actually made films about some of the elders in the workshop after getting to know them, and I think it's such an important place for us to share our oral histories together.
No prior video experience is necessary to participate, so if you want to create your own stories, find out how at the Generations Film Workshop at frameline.org. Back to you, Raymond.
Thanks, Roberta. The Castor Theater was built in 1922, and it is one of the few remaining movie palaces in the nation still in operation from that decade. The mighty Wurlitzer organ in the auditorium always plays a rousing performance of San Francisco every day this theater is open.
This year, our opening night film is a very exciting documentary by Jeffrey Schwartz entitled Vito, which is about the life of scholar and activist Vito Russo, who wrote The Celluloid Closet. He actually helped curate some of Frameline's first festivals and was the recipient of the first Frameline Award in 1986. We are thrilled to be sharing this documentary with our audiences, and it's completely delightful and inspiring.
And while at the museum, Vito started making these discoveries of representation of gay characters in these very early movies.
He was looking at films, I think, constantly, looking for those kind of gay pieces and gay bits in kind of movies from the beginning.
He started just coming across these images and recognizing his experience and being blown away by it.
If you look at the history of this subject, you find that gay characters have existed on film since the turn of the century. Thomas Edison's 1895 piece of film is Two Men Dancing a Waltz. So a component of who gay people are has existed since the beginning of this art form. Clues to who gay people are existed in the most obscure films. Before 1933, there were an astonishing number of gay characters on the screen. Very explicit. You know, women with their arms around one another, men holding hands and dancing. I was just as surprised when I discovered some of this stuff. You know, you just find things that mesmerize you. I didn't know half of this stuff existed.
Jesse struggles to take responsibility for himself after a decade of treading water in freewheeling San Francisco. On his final night in the city, friends and ex-lovers gather for a going-away party that promises to heighten Jesse's already bittersweet feelings about leaving.
I don't know. It makes sense, right? What? No, we're not gonna have any sex. Right.
Okay.
Whatever. I can't decide how he's gonna feel or what he's gonna do. He's gonna do his own thing. So, how are you and Farron?
He asked me to clean my room this morning.
Oh, shit.
I know.
You don't have to clean your room. I mean, we've talked about this already, but you know, like, when he moves in, there have to be new understandings. There have to be, like, pardon the West Coastness, but boundaries, you know? And he's good about that. Like, he's always been someone that you can say, like, no, I can't actually handle this anymore. And he's super good about responding, you know?
Yeah, I think it'll be a good fit. It's gonna take a little work, that's all.
Totally.
I'll have to whip him into shape. Leave my mess.
I love it. I love it.
Jen and Matt are best friends from college who are now in their 30s. With Jen, a straight woman, untrusting of fertility doctors, and Matt, her best gay male friend, boastful of being able to have sex with anyone, they decide to fulfill a youthful promise to have a child together, the old-fashioned way. Gaby is an irreverent comedy about friendship, growing older, sex, loneliness, and the family you choose.
How much for the pair?
Those actually don't have a price. If you're interested, you can leave a bid and we'll get back to you. Unique Whimsy is very in right now.
What's with this beard?
I'm becoming a bear. I've decided to explore my butch and masculine sides.
Aren't those kind of the same thing?
I have no idea.
So, you're a bear?
I'm here. I'm bear. Get used to it. Woof. Paw. You should try something new.
Well, how's this for new? Jen asked me to have a baby with her.
That is so Brooklyn. I'm actually getting a little tired of lesbians asking me to father their children, but the genes are good, girl.
Jen's not a lesbian.
Really?
Yeah, she's not.
Really?
Yes, she's not a lesbian.
Did you say yes?
Yes, we're gonna do it tomorrow.
Wow. Do you want to borrow some porn for the doctor's office? I downloaded all this amazing 70s stuff. It's all mustaches and no condoms.
We're not gonna go to a doctor. We're gonna have sex.
Now that is whimsical. Have you had her tested?
She's fine. It's been discussed. She hasn't had sex in a while.
Well, it's nice to see you reopening a closed location in these troubled times.
Love Free or Die is about Gene Robinson, the first openly gay person to become a bishop in the Episcopal Church. His consecration in 2003, to which he wore a bulletproof vest, caused an international stir, and he has lived with death threats every day since. Love Free or Die follows Robinson from the small-town churches to Washington's Lincoln Memorial to London's Lambeth Palace as he calls for all to stand for equality.
More than 800 bishops are gathered in England for the once-in-a-decade meeting called the Lambeth Conference, and the one bishop not invited, Bishop Gene Robinson.
He's been called the most controversial Christian in the world, Reverend Canon Gene Robinson of New Hampshire.
My brothers and sisters in Christ, greet your new bishop.
It was in the Diocese of New Hampshire, in the American branch of the Anglican Communion. Gene Robinson made history when he became the first openly gay person ever made an Anglican bishop.
Gene Robinson took his place as the 9th Episcopal Bishop of New Hampshire, becoming the first openly gay bishop in the history of Christendom.
A progressive move that threatens to create a schism in the Anglican community around the world.
Outside of the film festival, Frameline has free screenings every month at the San Francisco LGBT Center. To find out more, point your web browsers at Frameline's website at frameline.org. In San Francisco, this is Raymond Donald Hong.
Thanks, Raymond. We have archived the programs for the past several years of Outlook Video. Just point your web browsers to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/OutlookVideo. Click on the subscribe button to get future notifications of all new segments as we post them.
And we welcome your ideas and feedback at facebook.com/OutlookVideo. Outlook Video is made possible by support from viewers like you and talented volunteers behind the camera whose names you'll see as we close. We leave you with a clip from the San Francisco International LGBT Film Festival. From all of us here at Outlook Video, thank you for tuning us in, and we'll see you next month. Bye for now.